Thank you for accessing this information that will be important for you when you come to Stockton for your first registration and a piece of orientation. We prepared this because in our experience with transfer students, we know that they are quite confused sometimes when they come here. And since you've gone to another institution or more, things are different, and we might want to prepare you as best we can for that experience. First of all, congratulations on being admitted. And in your letter of admission, you've received two pieces of information that are going to be key for the whole time you're at Stockton. Your Z number, which is your Stockton ID number, and your portal ID or username, which will allow you to access some of the information that you're going to see today and that you will be using when you come to orientation and actually register. Program courses or core courses or major courses could be different depending upon what your major is, but essentially program courses are those in which you're going to major. Psychology, biology, history, and all of the other different majors that we have. Probably a new term for you is cognates, which means courses that are related to your major. They support your major. For example, sociology courses, political science courses, economics courses, criminal justice courses are all related in some way to psychology majors, so those could be cognates for you. If you're a biology major, chemistry, physics, math are all courses that are related to that major, so they're considered cognates. Or in history, philosophy and literature courses, language courses are in the areas that would be considered cognates for a history major. The one thing that does become confusing frequently is our language of using G courses, and those are courses that make up our unique, distinctive general education curriculum. One consideration that many transfer students have, especially those coming from New Jersey community colleges, is that they have completed all of their general education curriculum. Well, that's not quite true. We have our 25% rule that says every student must take 25% of their Stockton work from Stockton's general studies courses, and you'll see an example of those. And the last one is another confusing term that we use regularly, at some distance, or probably more familiar to you would be the term elective courses. And these are courses that are specifically not related to your major, so that the acronyms that are noted here, business, arts, and health, are all, quote, at some distance from any of the majors listed above, psychology, biology, and history. A visual of this will be these pie charts that you'll see are broken down into sections that have the same language used for a Bachelor of Science or a Bachelor of Arts degree, and for transfer students, specifically you, that are coming in with 64 credits or the associate's degree from our community colleges. That 25% rule applies to everybody. So for those of you who are transfer students with an associate's degree that we have your final transcripts in and you are awarded 64 credits, you will take, as you see, the 25% rule shown as 16 credits in general studies requirements, either 64 or 80 credits in your major and cognate courses, and the others are electives or those courses that are unrelated to your major. Okay, Stockton is also unique in that it has another set of requirements. They might sound a little different, again, in the language and the terminology that we use. But embedded with all of those courses and those pie charts are these requirements that are required of every student in all curricula. Writing courses, our W1 courses, those are intensive writing courses. Those are like your previous rhetoric and composition course or a college writing course that you might have taken elsewhere. W2 courses are those in which you do writing, but it's not writing every day. Writing is used to better understand the content of the course that you're taking. Similarly, Q1 courses are math or statistics courses. They're straight math courses that you're doing math problems every day, just like you're writing in the W1 courses every day. And the Q2 courses are where you're using math or some kind of quantitative experience in any course that you might take. We also have the more or less traditional kinds of liberal arts requirements across the curriculum. Every student must take at least one arts course designated by an A, at least one history course, at least one values or ethics course, and at least one international or multicultural course. And except for the courses, the W2 and Q2 courses that are in blue, all of the others can be transferred from your other institutions, and particularly if you went to a New Jersey community college, because their core requirements basically follow these. You'll hear more about these when you get here, but at least, again, for the purpose of this exercise, it's for you to become familiar with the language and the terminology that we use, and you'll have an opportunity to look up some of these courses as well. Okay, so now you've got a little bit of a background on what we wanted you to know about in this kind of orientation to orientation for you with the language and terminology that we use. So when you get here, you're going to check into the Grand Hall and receive some materials. You're going to go down the long hall and pick up some freebies and have your ID picture taken, which you'll use for the rest of your time at Stockton. You and any guests that you have will enter a large event room in our campus center, meet orientation leaders and other dignitaries from the campus to welcome you. We will review this curriculum again and the schedule for the day, so that this is where students normally see it for the first time. So now you're getting this advance time that you can look at 4 or 5 times if you want to before you get here, so you have an idea of what we're talking about. Then we will move everybody into computer labs for you to actually choose courses for the fall term. After registration is complete, there's an information fair where you can ask all kinds of questions about financial aid, bursar, if you're going to live on campus, activities, athletics, all kinds of tables will be set up for you to answer any other questions that you have for when you come in the fall. All right, now we'd like to familiarize you with the actual screens and the tasks that you're going to have when you come and go into the computer labs to register. Once you've logged into the portal from the Stockton home page, you will get this screen, and you need to click on the Student Services tab. At that point, you'll be in all of the different registration screens. We will go to Look Up Classes. As a quick summary, confirm your date for orientation. Make sure you know which date that you have been invited, and if you have an issue with that, you may call the admissions office, and you can change your date, but only to a later one. We don't advise that, but confirm the date that you're coming so we have everything prepared for you. Plan to be here all day. It is an all-day event, and we have found with past experience that transfer students have realized that the day is well spent. You will learn a lot. You will have every question answered that you can possibly think of at that time. You will be registered in appropriate courses for you to meet degree requirements. And be sure that you have all those final transcripts sent. You have to request them. That's your transcript. Your other institution or institutions have to send official copies. We can't request them. We don't use unofficial copies. But we will, for advising purposes, on the day you're here, if you don't have a final transcript, we will ask you to get on your previous institution's website. You can bring us an unofficial copy. You can bring us a grade report. Anything that you can show what you took, we will use for advising purposes in order to register you properly for next semester. We don't want to duplicate something because you can't get credit in the same course twice. And we don't want to have you enroll in a course for which you don't have a prerequisite. So getting your official transcripts in early is very important. So with all of this information, I know it's a lot, but it will become much clearer to you when you're actually here. So welcome to Stockton for now, and go Ospreys.